But anyways, so what? How did this come about? Obviously he's been asking for it, but it's his only 11th fight.
Well, he's been asking up for it. Like I always say, I don't think he's ready. He needs a little bit more experience. He has to prove himself a little bit more. Not that we're scared. We'll fight him right now. You know, but I think it's time. It's time. He's been doing well. He got another title at 175, and that's something we need in order to keep advancing. And he wants to show the world that he's ready. So why not fight for the interim WBC and the WBC regular? I mean the WBA regular. So everybody's happy about it. So I think it's a great fight. It's exciting. I think he does have a lot of experience. He's a dangerous fighter. I always say that he's a good fighter. He has a lot of amateur fights, and I think he's ready. The fight is ready to be shown.
I mean, what it seems like he has like what, like 50 amateur fights.
I have no idea how many. I just hear that he was a outstanding amateur Olympian or whatever. To be honest, I never really checked.
Yeah,
So
he got
go ahead.
like he got
Ah,
like 53
okay. Okay.
53 fights as an amateur, and obviously David's only had 5, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but in reality, obviously he got all his experience in the gym just like you as a coach.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think, David has all the experience. I think David's gonna stop him like in about 8 rounds. Now,
Hmm.
he tested at the 175. He was injured for that fight, and we didn't want to say anything. He was cut on the left side eye. And you can see it there. In the 11th round, they showed they came real close. You can see that he was cut and all that. But he's good now. He's good, and I think it's gonna be a great fight. I mean, it's a fight right now. I think it's a better fight than fighting Jesse Hart. So it's good. Everybody's super excited. Everybody's talking about it, and I'm glad. Like I said, a lot of people were saying that we were running from him, that we were scared. Come on, man. Now that we got the fight, some people are saying that he has no experience. So I don't know.
So tell me, I wanna hear more about that, like what you just said, as far as you believe that it's a better fight than Jesse Hart. And yes, we were hearing rumors about Jesse Hart. So tell me about why was Jesse Hart in the equation, and in the same time, why is Morrell a better pick? Why do you think
Yeah,
Morrell?
yeah, because like I said, we want to keep David busy, busy, busy. I mean, I don't see nobody wants to step inside the ring with David, So, I mean, we want to get those big fights with Better BF and Be Bold, but how about if they don't want to fight? We can't be waiting. So, whoever's at the 175, if there's a big opportunity for fight for a title at 168 Canelo, we're ready, man. But we gotta stay active, whoever. But I think that Morrell's a better fighter than Jesse Hart. Jesse Hart, has more fights, but I don't think people would really like that fight.
Mm, mm. I know. I see what you're saying. Jesse Hart's looking for a big fight. He's fought Zordo Ramirez what, 2 times, and Joe Smith.
Yeah.
So tons of experience. And he's had fights at 175 as well. So, but yeah. What do you think about David Morrell per se? What do you think about him as a fighter? What do you think about him? Matter of fact, what do you think about his last performance against Hot Rod?
I always said that, David Morrell's a good fighter. He has a lot of experience, and he's getting better and better and better, and he's a good fighter. He hits hard. But I always said that, when you fight from zero to 10 fights, you can probably knock everybody out. After that, once you start stepping in with guys that are moving around and they got a little bit more experience, the knockouts are going to stop. I believe that he didn't have a great performance on his last fight. He got hit too much with stupid shots. I never seen him get hit so much. Actually, the other guy was doing real well. I think Morrell still won, but the guy got some good right hands in there. Uh, and but maybe he underestimated that guy and he didn't take him serious, and that's what happened, you know. But I feel that when he fights David Benavidez, he's gonna come at his best, and he's gonna really try to show the world that he's the best at 175.
So, you said the eighth round stoppage. Why do you see that? What do you see?
Yeah, what I see is the lack of experience. You know, David throws a lot of combinations, a lot of punches. You know, Morrell throws a little bit of punches, you know, not that many. And I think David's gonna try to press him and pressure, and he's never been pressured like that before. So uh, I think he's really good when you let him do the controlling, you know. But when you got somebody coming, attacking, and throwing punches, uppercuts, body shots, and all that, you know, he's never faced that before, you know. So we faced a lot of people like Morrell. We faced, you know. Then, you know, to be honest with you, I think that Caleb Plant's a better fighter than Morrell at this point. I think that Boo was a better fighter, you know. I was very nervous when we fought Caleb Plant. He was doing really good, and then David, you know, beat him with all that pressure. Boo Boo, you know, I was super nervous, you know, more nervous than when we fought Caleb Plant because Boo Boo was a very slick fighter, short, and you know, I mean, he's very awkward, but David adjusted and put him away, you know. So, and I think that these two fighters are better than at this point right now. That doesn't mean that you know he's not good. You know, he is getting better. Morrell's getting better and better and better every time he fights. But I believe that these two fighters that I mentioned are more talented and got more experience, and I think the experience is what they got more.
Now, what does David Morrell have over those guys that you guys just mentioned, Boo Boo Andres and Caleb Plant? Does he have any X
The
factor
only
over
thing
them?
the only thing that I think that he has at this point is the youth, undefeated, and super hungry. And we never faced a guy like that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a tough fight. It's a tough fight, but we got to be able to make adjustments, control the fight, and kind of hurt them. And it would be great to have a stoppage, you know. But either way, we got to be ready for 12 rounds.
Do you think Morrell hits harder than Boo Boo and Caleb Plant
You know, I didn't really see that power, like I said, you know, on the
in the
last
last
fight.
fight?
The last fight, I didn't really see. I mean, like I said, under 10 fights, I mean, you're supposed to beat those guys. You're supposed to knock them out, you know. But that's when it gets crazy after the 10th fight. You know, now the opponents are a little bit better, I think, in my opinion, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you see everybody's record, you know, they got 10, 11. Look at Berlanga knocking everybody out after the 12 or whatever, 10, somewhere around there. The knockouts kind of stop. So,
Mhm. Do you feel like this might be a case of Morrell get learning a lot from this fight with you guys?
Of course. I think he's going to learn a lot. You know, I think it's going to be a tough fight, and he's going to be in a position that he's never been. Especially, you know, he's never been with a fighter like David. He's never been on a stage big like David. You know, and David's been in a couple of big stages. So I think David sometimes that plays a role on these fights. You know, uh, so we've been there. You know, so I believe that David has all the experience in the world to become victorious and win that fight. And it's not going to be easy, but we got to find a way how to make it easy.
Mm, mm. So this, you know, he has a lot of hype on him. So do you feel like this is sending a message?
No, no, you know, I like David Morrell. I think he's a great fighter. Every time I see him, I shake his hand. Even when he won, hey, congratulations, man. You know, congratulations for winning that title. We're gonna take it away from you. You know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna fight you pretty soon. So stay sharp, keep training, stay focused. You know, because I think we're ready. We're ready. If you see some of the videos on his last fight, I told him, hey, you know, you're very close. I think you're very close to having a fight with David. So we're working hard to make that happen. I think now's the time, you know, to make it happen, and that's what happened. David wanted that fight. He was the one that said that he wanted David Morrell, and he got David Morrell.
Mm.